Okay, so we have two different shot lists that we have here at Rep Leadership for you guys to dive into to get on a shoot as soon as possible. Shot list number one is what all the photos need to look like in every single house. That is the main shot list, all the way from kitchen photos, bathroom photos, dining room, bedroom, interior, exterior, etc. This was going to be talking about the gear and the camera settings that you need. So you guys can download that first shot list at any time. Get in touch with our team, DM us, comment on any post. We'll send it right over to you. This one is specifically to show you what camera gear you need and the settings you need to get on a shoot as soon as possible. The reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people actually stop themselves from starting their real estate media business or making money in the first place because they focus on the wrong things. These are the easy things. These are the things that you should be able to set up in less than 5 minutes, and I'm going to show you how to do it today. So the gear list that you'll need. A lot of photographers get really stuck on this stuff, or business owners. If you're a business owner and you want to start real estate photography because it's a great business, don't get stuck on the camera part. Any full frame camera will do. You could literally get a full frame camera on Facebook Marketplace for $300, and it's going to work just as good as a very expensive camera for photos. Again, if you want to get a very expensive camera, that's awesome. It's not really going to affect anything. Your clients are not going to notice. One thing that I'd like for you guys to keep in mind is every single thing that we're going to be talking about here today, think about it from the perspective of a real estate agent. Do you truly believe that a real estate agent is going to care about what camera you use? Probably not. They're going to care about how you treat them, how you treat the client, how quickly you get in and out of the property, and the quality of your product. And your camera is not going to dictate the quality of your product. That's just the truth. And I wish it was a little bit different for all of the camera, quote unquote, snobs out there that love cameras, but it really doesn't matter as much. Full frame camera, any full frame camera. We use Sony A7 III at our real estate media business. The reason why we use it is because anyone can use that camera, pick it up, and with these settings, take great photos. And you could drop it, you could smash it, and it'll never break. What we're solving for as a business is durability and longevity. Sony A7 III has been a great choice. You guys can choose any full frame camera under the sun, even a $200 one off Facebook Marketplace. Tripod, you can use a 3-leg tripod or a 1-leg tripod. It really doesn't matter. Just remember that the exterior photos you're going to be taking higher up because you want to be directly looking at the exterior house. So as you can see here, I'm going to zoom in. You need to be looking at the house. As you see, I'm not like angling up. I'm not angling down. I'm not angling to distort the house whatsoever. I'm shooting straight at the home. That's why you need to increase the size on the tripod. So just make sure that the tripod you have at least goes to your shoulders, your head, and then inside the house, the tripod's going to go on your waist or your belly button. Now, the lens that you're going to need a 14 or 16 millimeter lens. A lot of people get stuck on this too. They want to use a 24 millimeter. They want to use some special prime lens. It really doesn't matter. You just need a full frame lens, full frame camera body, and the millimeter needs to be wide enough for you to make sure that the room looks really big. Okay. Again, think of it from the perspective of the real estate agent. We use a 12 millimeter, and the reason why is because we've been in small rooms. We've made those rooms look really large, and real estate agents go, wow, this made the house look really good. And we go, yeah. And they love it. And it's because we tried to solve it from the perspective of the real estate agent as opposed to us. If it was just me sitting in my bedroom alone thinking about, oh, I want to make this photo look as beautiful as possible, I probably wouldn't use a 12 millimeter lens. But if I'm solving for the real estate agent what they want, I'm going to be using that because they're paying us money to grow the business, right? They're the reason why we're here in the first place. And again, simple recommendations to keep it as simple as possible. We use Sony A7 III and a Sigma 14 to 24. That's it. Don't go too crazy. You could also find very cheap options. The only specs I would be looking for is if the lens shoots an auto focus and if the camera is full frame and the lens is full frame. That's literally all you guys need. Now let's hop on the camera settings. A lot of people like to overcomplicate this stuff. They like to shoot manual. Don't shoot manual. There's probably going to be a massive controversy over these settings right now, but we've won on tens of thousands of real estate photography shoots, and we have never taken, that this is the most repeatable process humanly possible. We've gotten photographers on shoots as soon as 24 hours after never even picking up a camera and taking photos before. So this stuff works. Again, there might be some controversy behind it, but for the focus, you're just going to need autofocus. That's it. No manual focus. There's absolutely no reason why you should be manually focusing your photos at your appointments. Unless you want to upset the homeowner and you want to upset the agent, then you could go through everything manually. Your shooting mode should just be aperture priority, and ISO should be auto. So everything should pretty much be auto. Aperture priority, auto. Again, a lot of people will find this is an unpopular opinion, but again, we've taken tens of thousands of photos, and all the photos turn out perfect because it's more so about your editing process, your workflow, and how you treat the clients. And this is a repeatable process for you guys to do amazing photos every single time. F-stop could be through 4 to 9. This, when your aperture priority and your ISO is on auto, it doesn't matter as much. Just make sure that it's generally in the correct range. Your shooting mode is the only important thing here, and that is setting up HDR bracketing on an auto setting. So -3 means your exposure, so you're going to have a very dark photo. 0 means evenly exposed, and 3 means overexposed. In editing, you're going to hand these 3 photos over to your editor. They're going to blend those 3 photos together, and then boom, you're going to have an HDR photo. HDR means high dynamic range. So high dynamic range, what that means is you're going to have an underexposed, an overexposed, and a middle exposed. And then again, you have a dynamic range of exposure. So when you put those 3 things together, you have an HDR photo. That is the absolute only thing that matters on your camera. The specs that you'll need is your tripod. I already sort of touched on this a little bit, but your tripod is going to be at your stomach or belly button inside. Don't angle the camera up. Don't angle the camera down. Point it directly straight the same way that we're looking at this house. I could have angled it up, but it would have pissed the agent off and we would have had to retake the photo. So there's no point on doing that. We want to directly have a direct point right at the house. Same on the inside. We want to have a very level photo pointing straight at the room, straight at the kitchen, dining room. We have a very detailed SOP on this. You guys could just comment shot list or get in touch with our team through DMs, and we'll send that right over to you too. You could download it, bring it on appointments. Very easy to implement. Now, super important, never use picture profile or flash photography. Again, you guys have options to use picture profile. You have an option to use flash photography. It will not make you more successful. It will make the agents confused, and it'll take a long time, and your photos will be inconsistent. Consistency is the biggest thing that matters here. Now let's focus on the massive disclaimer on the bottom, and we'll talk about why this stuff really matters in the first place. And it's because most photographers overcomplicate things. They use flash, picture profile, or they shoot manual. It may feel creative, but it's going to kill your consistency, okay? So the purpose of running a business and being a provider for a real estate agent is to be consistent. So if our goal is to be consistent, we need a repeatable process where photos look amazing every single time. This is the in-person process for taking amazing photos. Now, you're going to have an editor that's going to edit these photos together and make it look amazing every single time. But if we wanted it to be inconsistent, what we would do is we wouldn't use any of these settings. We wouldn't use any auto settings, and we would use flash photography or picture profile. Therefore, our photos would be all over the place and look different every single time. Agents want their photos to look the same every time because what agents do is they sell themselves to their clients and they say, hey, these are what my photos look like. You're a part of that agent's process. So if you can provide consistency on every shoot, that agent will pay you more money and trust you and use you every single time. Again, take it with a massive Himalayan-sized, grain of salt. You can do whatever you want, but this is probably what you should be doing. And again, we've taken photos of tens of thousands of houses and helped hundreds and hundreds of businesses implement the same system, not only for themselves, but all of their employees, to be inside and outside of shoots in 20 minutes or 30 minutes max. And I know you're probably thinking, that's not possible. There's no way. The only way that's not possible is if you don't go on enough shoots and you don't practice enough, you're not using the right camera settings, or you don't have the skills to actually do it. So yes, it is possible. We just need to learn the skill sets in order for it to be possible. So I will tell you this, me and our co-owner, Matt, we're both on 10 to 12 shoots a day, and we would still eat lunch, we would still hang out, and we would go on 10 to 12 shoots. And every single photo was perfect every single time, and our clients loved us. It's because we focused on the things that actually matter from the perspective of the agent. Now, the biggest things is your clients are really going to notice when your results vary, okay? So this is a big thing here. Any inconsistency is going to slow growth. So again, if you want to do any variation of these things, set up manual photos, you want to do fancy flash photography, that's awesome. But any inconsistency that pops up, an agent's just not going to work with you again. So that's just the truth behind it. And the client's going to be confused. If the photos look bad, you're going to burn your reputation. Then you have to learn. Like, you can do all these fancy things, but then you're just going to revert back into the process that works. And it's not fancy, it's not sexy, but it definitely works. And it's been used by well over 150 companies at this point, and all of their employees, and our company as well, in 2 separate locations. So this stuff works. And if you follow it, your photos will look professional every single time. And if you guys really want this stuff, you want this shot list specifically, just get in touch with our team, comment below, more importantly, and DM us directly. We'll just send you this stuff over this way. You can print it out, use it at appointments, or even share it with your team. Um, and even the more detailed shot list too is super important. So if you guys want that more detailed shot list of every single room detailed down to what sort of photos you'll be taking, the angles and what they really need to be looking like, that's a really amazing shot list as well. Just comment shot list, get in touch with our team, we'll send it right over to you. Keep letting it rip, guys. Get on your shoot as soon as possible and start worrying about the right things. We're always here to help. Get in contact with our team. Keep letting it rip.